Welcome to How Preschool Teachers Do It.
This is Allison Kentos. I am an early childhood educator.
And this is Cindy Tarabush. I am an early childhood consultant.
This podcast is for parents and early childhood professionals.
Let our experience and research-based knowledge become your guide. Before the episode officially starts, a quick message about our podcast anniversary. Allison and I will be celebrating 1 year of this podcast by hosting a live episode on July 1st at 7 p.m. Please email a topic you would like us to address during that live episode to Cindy, C-I-N-D-Y, at helpingkidsachieve.com. We hope you can join us on July 1st at 7. Hello. Today on the podcast, we are redesigning Circle Time. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite things to teach, right? So,
I can't wait.
This is one of my favorite things to teach. It is in my book. The title of my book is Teach the Whole Preschooler, Strategies for Nurturing Developing Minds. I'm going to do a shameless plug there because I mentioned the book. And I often write and speak about this because the way that we have traditionally done Circle Time is just a hot mess.
Oh God, yeah.
It's not effective. I know it's hard for teachers to hear that. It's just not effective. And we're doing this on the podcast that I know some families listen to because I think it's important for families to know what to expect from early childhood settings, as important as professionals knowing what to do in them. So yes. We're going to talk about it. And I actually, prior to starting this recording, I said to Allison, we might need 2 parts for this.
Yeah, I know.
So we're just
She actually told me to not talk about it beforehand because I had so much to say. She goes, save it for the episodes.
We both, because we're very emotional about, you wouldn't think that like Circle Time would be an emotional topic, but it really is for those of us who know the scholarly work about how children actually learn. This is like, what are you people doing? So I'm going to start this topic by saying this. Ready? And it's so controversial. You're going to laugh, Allison. Ready? Please stop calling it Circle Time. Please stop calling it Circle Time. It is not. It is not, they don't need to sit in a circle. It's not even a circle when they do. And unless you're holding a circle up when you say come to circle, they're not. What are they coming to, Allison? What do you call it?
Semicircle. But
yeah, they're coming to circle.
I tell them come sit on the rug.
You don't have a name for it? Do you have like a schedule with a name for that time of day?
No, because I do it multiple times a day. I don't just do one.
Okay.
And I don't call it Circle Time because we do different things every day at it. Sometimes I call it meeting.
I've heard people call it a meeting,
let's sit down
meeting, group meeting. There are certain research-based curriculums where they call it large group time. I like that because it is the whole group.
Yeah.
It's just a whole group meeting, folks. It's not, so we bring them over to this whole group meeting. And then it's kind of like there are these traditional things that have been done that we need to stop. When I go and consult in schools, like day 1, I walk into classrooms and say, take that fake calendar down.
Oh, the calendar.
I can't.
Oh my God. The calendar.
Get rid of the fake calendar because it's fake. Get rid of
the calendar.
It's
the
fake.
Calendar is fake. The calendar, children don't even understand calendars at this age.
I mean, even before we get into they can't understand it. No, they can't understand it. So before we get into they can't understand it, can we just acknowledge that that's not a real calendar? That's like a real calendar has pages that you turn. A real calendar is pre-printed. Do you know, I said to a teacher recently, I was in the classroom, I said, do you know that when you put those numbers up on that fake calendar that the children in your class don't even know that you're not randomly putting them up there?
No.
They don't know that there are set days to a month that are predetermined unless you show them a real calendar.
Uh-huh.
And we shouldn't be sitting and talking about calendar during large group time because
there's so much else you could talk about.
There's so many other better things to do, which we may get to actually in a part 2, I suspect. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about, I think, first the things to kind of let go of, and that's so hard for adults. They feel very mandated to teach your children calendar, when the truth is they can't learn it yet. It's too abstract.
Too abstract. This is why kids at this age, when they go to, like, I went to Disney World yesterday.
Right.
When they went to Disney World 3 years ago, because they don't understand that concept of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And yet we are at a Circle Time saying, yesterday was Monday, today is Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, when they have no clue that means. It means nothing to them.
It means nothing. I do this sometimes to prove it to teachers because they'll be like, but they know they sing the song. That's just a bunch of rote memorization that was not a good use of time. It's a song like any other song. So like I'll go into classrooms with 3 and 4-year-olds even, and I'll say to them stuff like, what does Monday mean? And they just look at me.
I don't know.
When I ask adults what does Monday mean, they always say it's the beginning of the work week. What does Monday mean? What does Tuesday mean? What does that mean? They can't tell you, but an adult can, and an adult can because we're higher level thinkers and we can understand that. So sometimes teachers are like, are you telling me not to tell them the day? And by the way, I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying attach it to something real. Like if you have music teacher that comes every Tuesday, you have, right? You say to the kids, it's Tuesday, we have music today.
Yeah. Usually I don't even say it's Tuesday. I just say today's music day.
Today's music day. Well, you're working with like 2-year-olds.
Yeah, so, I work with 2-year-olds. So Monday is like free day because we don't have anything. Tuesday's, whatever, art day, music day. Thursday's gym day. Fridays, 2 things. Friday's library and sharing day. And that's all they care about. Every day, you know what they care about? Is today sharing day, Miss Allison? No, that's in 3 days. Oh, okay, 3 sleeps. Okay, cool.
Right,
that's all they care about.
That's they may care about your sharing day. They care about gift giving holidays.
Yep.
They care about their birthday, and they care if something really cool is going to happen, like the fire truck is coming. If they like that sort of thing. Otherwise, they don't care. They don't get a paycheck. This is one of the things I'm always saying in classrooms. They don't care like you do. They don't get a paycheck.
They don't get a paycheck. They don't have to go to appointments like we do. They don't care.
They do, but people take them to dance.
They don't have to keep. Yeah, they don't have to keep track of it like we do.
Right.
Okay.
They don't keep track. Yeah. So we need to stop that. And this is the advice that I give. I fully 100% believe in teaching children based on reality. That calendar isn't real. You would not find that calendar in my kitchen. So please take it out of your large group time area. What you would find in my kitchen, perhaps, is a real calendar, a paper calendar. And I know a lot of people now are using them on smartphones. I get that. But I do think there's value to exposing them to a real paper calendar.
Yeah.
Because they can see it's pre-printed at least. And as we flip pages, I can say to them, every page is called a month.
Yes.
Every block is a day. But I would put it in the classroom. I always tell teachers, please don't put it in your large group time. This isn't a large group activity. This is something that should be hanging in your dramatic play area, like it would hang in your kitchen at home. And when the kids go over to it to flip pages, which they will, because children love to flip pages, then you can go over and just add some knowledge to what they're doing by saying things like every page is called a month. The month we're in is called like November, for example.
Yeah.
And that's it, folks. That's it. You can use it. I also tell teachers, put every child's birthday on the real calendar. You can use it as name recognition, right? Whose birthday is coming. You can count down to special days. You can put that on the calendar. But if you do that, you're using it like a real calendar, not that fake thing.
Not a fake thing.
Can't stand the fake thing. Okay, so we've done the fake calendar is really not teaching them. What else about in that area do we need, or in the circle time activities, do we need to get rid of, Allison? Because this is obviously the get rid of it episode of this topic.
Rid of it episode? Well, for me, I got rid of the weather part of circle time too, because I teach the children about weather when we go outside.
Yay, Allison! Okay? Yay! That's another frequent conversation I have. Why are you talking about the weather indoors?
Indoors. Because why are we dressing a bear how he should dress for weather when we're going to be putting our coats on to go outside anyway? So then we put our, we're going outside. It is cold. It just snowed. We need to wear what? We need to put our boots on. We need to put our coats on. We need to put our scarves on. And if there's a child who doesn't have mittens or whatever, be like, okay, well, you don't want to wear your mittens. When we get outside, you're going to feel that it's cold. So I'm going to bring them with me so that you feel. And then we go outside. And they feel, oh, wow, Miss Allison, it is really cold. It is windy. Do you feel the wind through your hair? Do you pick up the snow, feel it, Sometimes I've even brought snow into my classroom so they could feel it if it's like too
if you can't
high
go
that
out.
They can't go outside. Right. I bring it in. I put it in the sensory table, and then they play with it. And this is because you can't learn about snow, rain, wind, sun, unless you are in it.
So then let's say it's pouring out and you can't go out.
Right.
So when are you talking about the weather then, Allison?
Then take them to the window and look out the window. Let's look out the window. Do you see how it is raining outside? We can't go outside today because it's raining too hard.
Yep.
I have taken the kids out. Go to the window. Let's look. Look at the puddles. Look at how dark it is. Do you see the sun today? No, there's clouds.
Or this can be the conversation as the children arrive.
Yes.
They're just coming out of the weather.
They're coming out of the weather.
Talk to them about the weather they just came out of and then be done with it. We don't need to.
Exactly. You don't need to go crazy about it.
There are other better ways. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the better ways to spend a large group time. And again, we're doing this on a podcast that we know both professionals and families listen to because this needs to become an expectation of families that there will be meaningful things happening at every moment of an early childhood day in a developmentally appropriate way. So here's something that's not developmentally appropriate that I've seen happen in large group times. I've seen people doing really long attendance activities where each child has to come up during large group time, find their name, move it over, spell their name while everybody else waits.
Yeah.
Like, no, when they arrive, there should be some sort of sign-in system. It can be children moving their names. It can be signing on ideally signing something would be great to whatever level they're able to, even if they just scribble. It helps to attach them to the room, honestly. You've transitioned into my classroom now. There's something for you to do is the point. So they come in, they move their name or whatever, and during your large group time, you can talk about, not everybody's here today. Right? You can have a conversation about that. Yeah. But to do the actual attendance during that time and make children wait while other kids do it.
Other kids are doing it is, unless you can somehow include every single child in the activity. Like what I do with my kids, and it's not even an attendance thing. It's just they like to, we were learning about colors and I made this chart for them that turned into this like big thing that they love doing. That they get their picture and every kid comes up and says, what color are you wearing today? And every kid's like, she's wearing purple and pink and blah, 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 whatever colors they're wearing. And they're like, okay, let's see which one Allison picks today to put on the chart. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then they put their picture on whatever one. And they all cheer like, she chose purple, but they're all kind of doing it together.
They have to be active.
They're doing it together. So instead of it just being like, hey, we're going to watch Susie, go up to the chart and she's alone is going to put her picture up. I've included all of them. Like, okay, let's look at Susie's clothes. Susie's wearing 3 colors today, but it's Susie's choice what color she puts on the chart. Let's see what she chooses, and I made it almost like a game show. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they love it. But it's like it taught them all the colors, and then when they're up there, it made them so that they're not self-conscious anymore being in front of a group. But I have seen other teachers do like, okay, now here's Susie, find Susie's name, spell Susie's name, and everybody's just watching, and you're like, but why is she doing it? Why do 12 children have to watch Susie spell her name when that doesn't mean anything to Johnny?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, this is not. Yeah. So the things that we've so far identified are the weather bearer and song.
Yes.
The calendar, which again is not a real calendar. The name of this gathering.
Yes.
And please don't do what is essentially a one-on-one activity and make the whole group sit there through it.
Yes.
So what were you going to say? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say there's one other thing that I've also eliminated for the most part is letter of the week.
Oh, okay. Letter of the week is like a whole other topic. We didn't do an episode about what to do instead. Okay. So we're going to do the second part of this circle time group because now people are sitting there going, well, what on earth do I do? So we have to do an episode about that. Okay. And then we have to talk about the demise of letter of the week because there is a demise. It is going away. And families need to understand why that isn't happening. And professionals need to let it go and do better things. So we're going to talk about that in a future episode too. Yeah. But right now we need to I knew this was going to be 2 parts. I knew this was going to be 2 parts. So if you haven't already subscribed to this podcast, please do so that when part 2 is released, it will automatically be downloaded to whatever podcast app or or thing you're using. And while you're there, please do listen to other episodes, past episodes. Please rate us. Giving us a 5 would be just so awesome. And then comment about the podcast. What did I leave out, Allison? Emailing us questions. Email. Yeah. So please do email us things you want us to talk about on the podcast. Email it to Cindy, CINDY, at helpingkidsachieve.com. You can also find me through my website, which is helpingkidsachieve.com. And if you want to know more about Circle Time than we can answer in 2 15-minute or so episodes, you might want to check out my book, Teach the Whole Preschooler Strategies for Nurturing Developing Minds, published by W.W. Norton. Is that it? Is that all we want to say, Allison?
I think that's it.
Okay, but we have so much more to say. Be sure to watch for part 2 of this Circle Time topic, which will be released in 2 Mondays from now. How's that? It's like we would talk to kids about a calendar. 2 Mondays from now. Catch you then.